Hello, good afternoon. This is Nate. Welcome to Nate Flies. And today is the most serious stream I've ever had in my life. Because we're flying an IRL flight that has my wife and mother-in-law on it. Go visit the rest of my family. So yeah, we're flying her off so that I can enjoy Bachelor weekend. And yeah, so we'll start in about 5-10 minutes. Enjoy some King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Hello again. This is Nate. Thanks for joining me on my little Twitch live stream YouTube channel, Nate Flies. I am just some guy who really loves flight simulation. I started getting back into flight simulation during the pandemic when I was missing traveling and everything else in the world. And I really couldn't believe how far flight sim has come. And I always loved these big airliners, wanted to learn how to fly them. And so that's what we're doing here today, trying to improve. But like our buddy Stu says here, we're winging it to some extent. But okay. All right, thanks again for popping in. So, as I was saying, yeah, I got it back into flight simulation during the pandemic, and kind of after I got in, flew through all the natural and man-made wonders of the world, doing barrel rolls and stuff. I always had an interest in aviation and decided wanted to try and figure out what's actually going on up in the front of these guys in real life. And so I like anyone else, you go on YouTube and you type in how to fly a Boeing 737, and what do you know, there's real pilots and some fake pilots who can show you how to fly these things. So I joke that the stream is self-improvement through flight simulation. What I ended up doing was finding some really good resources, chief among them Blackbox 711, who is a real-world pilot and flew many aircraft and has a fantastic YouTube channel and live stream on Twitch and YouTube. And just started slowly watching and learning and met a really great community of people. And Black Box is a great guy and a really good teacher for these kind of things, and also really good, really positive sim enthusiast like me. And so I started messing around and trying to kind of learn how to fly these big commercial airliners close to real world procedures as possible. And we have fun, but I tried to keep it, somewhat legit. But as you can see, these are complicated machines. There's levers. I mean, it's not even on yet, so it's not even flashing lights at us, but there are levers and buttons and switches, lights, all kinds of stuff going on here. And once you learn some of the basics, what happened to me is I hit a plateau where I really couldn't tell what I was doing wrong anymore, and why I was having trouble doing some things and not others. So what I ended up doing on the advice of someone else was start recording my flights. And by recording my flights, I was uploading them to YouTube and then watching my landings and takeoffs and other different phases of flight when stuff was going on. I started actually being able to notice the things I was doing wrong. And so that's why this is a self-improvement through flight simulation. We try and get better with every flight, and that's kind of one of the things I really like about flight sim is there's always something to improve upon, always something to learn, and it's a lot of fun, and I like looking at the Earth from 30,000 feet. So my only disclaimers before I get started today are don't do or say anything I do or say. That's dangerous. I'm just some guy. I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, I have some idea, but not much. But you will hear me. So that's part one of the disclaimer. Part two is though I will be trying to teach myself how to do this, and so one of the best ways to learn is to teach. And so I try and talk myself through this whole process because if I talk through it, I can find out where I'm having difficulty explaining something. And that means it's something I can go look back and try and learn more about and get right. And then the other way you learn is through failure. And we fail a lot on this stream. So that's what we'll be up to today. Not failing, hopefully succeeding. But I start in a cold and dark aircraft. It's totally powered off. And I'll go through procedures. We've got charts and flight plans and the whole work today. And we'll be flying to Tucson, Arizona, because today, you see in the description, this is Nate is excited. I'm not going anywhere. I'm enjoying being home alone. But IRL right now, Mrs. Nate is getting on a plane and flying to go see our family with my mother-in-law. And so I told her I'm going to stream her flight. And so here we are. We're legit. This is the flight. And so I have to be very serious today because we need to nail this landing. Otherwise, my wife will be pissed off at me. So we've got all kinds of things going on today. So in any case, thanks again for anyone popping in and joining me, and we will get started with this aircraft. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll venture an answer. It might not be right, but we'll try. So I am in a Boeing 737. We are in Dallas. And what I'm going to do first is get some of the aircraft going here, and like anything else, starts with turning a battery on. And we can actually go ahead. We have a ground power unit. Go ahead and get our ground power going. Turn up some lights. Emergency lights. So lots of being a pilot is dealing with your lights. Seatbelts. People can smoke them if they got them for now. Let's go window heats on. It always wants the hydraulics on early in this checklist that we got. Oh, which reminds me, let me make sure. All right, good. We are started. Packs will stay off. This stuff's all looking good. We'll check I believe we are going up to 370 today, and we're landing in Tucson is like around here. We'll double check that. Let me put a position light on, and that will do it for some of our overhead stuff. And what I'm going to do first is kind of look around the aircraft, make sure all my knobs and switches are where they're supposed to be. Let me give myself, again, more lights. It's all about the lights. Come down here. So, in any case, as I was saying, I'm just sort of a hobbyist. I'm a big fan of flight sim. It's really incredible how far it's come since, 1998 when I was last playing. Or excuse me, I said the bad word there, playing. It's not a game, folks. This is real stuff. But it's a really fun hobby, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So now I'm going to align our IRS. Which is basically the thing that tells our aircraft where it is in the world. All right, cool. So the other thing I like about the hobby is I've got so all the kind of stuff you see in the game here, in the sim, excuse me. Flight controls, throttles, the panel, all this good stuff. That is, I have kind of the facsimile copies of it out here in the real world in front of me. And that's one of the fun things about the hobby too, is there's lots of cool toys. So if you don't see me interacting with stuff in here, it's mainly because I am playing around with my switches out here. So what I will do is, as usual, we start by breathing some oxygen, and let me go down into the flight computer and let's start setting up our flight plan. And as I said, we've got, for anyone who's geographically wants some geographical assistance here, here we are in the United States. Here we are in Dallas, Fort Worth area, Texas. It is, it's Texas. It's flat and hot and boring. Sorry, Texas. You know what you are. But we're gonna be flying over the desert. Nate loves the desert. In Tucson, I have family out there, and like I said, Mrs. Nate is back there. We'll go check on her in a minute. I think she's one of the two female people I've loaded up in the ZIBO, because it always loads up guys to make the weight. So here we are in Dallas, and we'll be flying to Tucson, Arizona, and so I can go ahead and show you our chart. So we've got, this is the full deal. We've got a flight plan, and charts and the whole shebang here. And so here's our flight path, or flight today. And so let's go ahead and start punching some of this in. So we're going to go into the FMC, confirm we are in a 737-800, and we do have a good database. Okay. Go to the position in it. We are at Kilo Delta Foxtrot Whiskey. And again, why I say it's self-improvement through flight simulation is because I had to learn the NATO alphabet to do this. So now I can communicate letters to people all over the world. So immediately, better person through flight simulation. So I'm going to go down here, grab a GPS position, and tell our IRS where we are. And all right, cool. Everything's looking good. See it tightening up. Oh, there's a text message. I think Miss Nate is taking off IRL. Let me respond. Yeah. So, there we go. We got that in. Let's go do our route. And DFW to one of my favorite places, Kilo Tango Uniform Sierra, Tucson. And we are southwest 4622. Punch that in. All right, cool. Let's do our departures and arrivals. So our departure, it looks like today it wants us 18 right. And the SID, there's a lot of them out of, this is a very busy airport. We're doing the West Texas 2. Got it, on the CCAN transition. And we'll look at all these charts in just a moment too. So I'm going to go ahead and activate and execute that. I'll go down and put in the rest of our, we actually probably only have, looks like, I doubt we even have a, let's just do our arrival, because we're probably just on the Zona 2 with the Echo Whiskey Mike transition. There we go. And we will take runway 12, so we'll do the ILS 12. We'll plan on that. I'll do no transition. We'll just vector ourselves in for final. So I'm going to go ahead and execute that. And all right, we are good. So let's go to our legs page. I can go take a look at our charts now. So here we are in Dallas, Fort Worth, big ol' airport. And we can take a look at our departure here and see if things are looking good. One thing I can also do while we're here is get the fuel truck going. Okay. So here is our departure. We'll make sure everything's looking good for what we have to do. So yeah, you got to read stuff. So let's see, this is for us, the West Texas 2 RNAV departure, and we are taking off 18 right, so to the south, and so it looks like we're going to be, and we'll read here, climb heading 176. So let's set our course. Go this way. Alright, 176. Do we have any VORs or anything handy? Alright, 176. 176. And our heading, 176. Alright, cool. Our altitude is not 50,000. That's that's pretty high. But it says for 1.8 left and right climb, we got to get above about 1,000 feet direct across Laren at or above 5,000. Then on track 253 to Gig'em Horns. And then on track 265 to Rabbit. So some Texas college football love here. And our first altitude, 10,000. Let's dial that in. All right, great. I'm going to turn our flight directors on. I should do that on my actual controls. There we go. Set the standby instrument. Come on, ball. There we go. All right, flight directors are on. We got everything except our performance started here. So let's review the chart. So the main thing we want to be max 240 above 5,000. We do have that plugged in here. So everything's looking good here. I might, just so we don't blast off too much. And I mean, we are in Texas. I'm just gonna get us up to 5,000, just also so we can get some views in. I'm in XP12 today, and we'll have to see. I messed with some settings, as usual. I can't stop tinkering in these flight sims, so that's what I'm up to. But now let's go into our plan mode here and zoom out a little, and let's sort of start stepping through. But this should be pretty straightforward with our charts here. So we want Laren, Gig'em. Let's go step, Laren. Data. So 5,000 above. That looks good. Gig'em, Rabbit, Lind, Westex. Yep, all looking good. And then to Sycan, then there's our discontinuity. We'll close that. Grab Echo Whiskey Mike, bring that up, and execute. Keep stepping through. And we can also, while we're here, KTUS. That's not KTUS. All right, here we go. So the arrival is the Zona 2 RNAV, and we said we will do the ILS runway 12. I think there is a... Is there a VOR too? Yeah, we'll pull the VOR up just in case. And here is the airport itself. And yeah, so I have a bunch of family in Tucson. That's why Nate's wife, that's why we're flying Nate's wife there today. And mother-in-law. Oh man, the pressure is on, isn't it? But yeah, so that's going to be the rest of our flight. As I can see, here's that the arrival coming in. Zona, sand. It looks like we've got those restrictions in there. All right, cool. And then we fly outbound, and then and one thing we got to watch out for on this approach, there's this kind of high mountain here that they take you right in on. So let's keep going through. So Oki, and then from there, oops, go previous page, step. So from calls, we'll take vectors and make our way over to 12. All right, looking good. Awesome. This looks good to me. Okay, So flight plan's looking good. I believe the aircraft should be loaded by now. Yep, looking all good. So let's do some of our last stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and now let's go ground services, doors. We can start closing up the aircraft. We can get rid of the air conditioning unit at this point, and let's go ahead and start firing up our APU. So you kind of go up and down like this. All right, APU's coming on. Let's tell people cigarettes got to come off now. This is all looking good. Since the APU, I'll turn another light on. And the APU is back here. A little turbine engine in the back that powers the aircraft and gives us pressurized air and electricity to get the engines going. All right, so you see the exhaust gas temperature rise. We'll put a fuel pump on for it. And we should see the APU start coming alive in a moment. There we go. Okay. Switch over to APU power. Let's get the air conditioning back on for everybody. Keep that open. APU bleed air will come on. Let's check in Tucson. We are landing. 1-2 is elevation 2,500. So 2,507.8. Let's round up. All right. Looks good. Okay, let's get the ground power off. Let's go ahead and make sure our parking brake is set. I'm going to disconnect the GPU and, ooh, we can do my favorite thing.
Safety inspection checklist.
Audio checklist.
Surfaces and shocks.
Check.
Maintenance status.
Check.
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
On.
Landing gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Check.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
All right, cool. So let's do our last couple things here. Let's check the weather here. That's always important. So it's pretty nice today, luckily. Not too much to worry about. So the QNH 299er6. Let's set that here, 299er6. And are we all... Okay, good. Everything is all synced up. Excelente. Let's go ahead and finish up our calculations here. So let's get the ground weight. Our reserves today were something like 6.9. Nice. And the cost index was like 1 or something. Yeah, 5. All right, it's expensive out there. And we are flying up to 360 today. So let's set our panel 360. Got it. Check. The winds up there, not too bad. We'll have a little bit of tailwind. 8.5. And the temperature up there is top of climb minus 47. Almost. All right, good enough. Execute that. All right, N1 limit. So let's go ahead and do a performance calculation now, and we've got that in the ZIBO, which is great. So weight, fuel, and balance, performance takeoff. All right, we are taking 1-8 right, full runway. It's dry. The winds we said were 160 at 9. 160 at 9. So just basically in our face. And it is, how hot is it out there today? 40 European units of heat. Holy moly. And the QNH is 299er6. 299.96. We want optimum. Max, flaps 5. AC will be on because it's hot. And our takeoff weight was 150. 150.2. And our CG is 19.3. 19.3. All right, let's go ahead and calculate. There we go. Okay, so flaps 5. Let's see here. So let me go to my N1 limit. The select temp is 43. Really not that much hotter. So it wants 93 point something, 24K. So it wants the standard D rate. I'll go ahead and do that. Climb 2, sure. Take off, flaps 5, and yeah, all our V speeds are actually consistent here and here. So let's go 143, 144, and 148. 8. All right, cool. And our acceleration, let's do 1500. So I'm just down in here now. 1500, 1500. Oop. Well, that we want 1,000. 100. 0. Okay, cool. Nice. All right, we're doing good here. We're about ready to rock. All right, I'll give the legs over here. I'll keep this out. Last thing we need to do is set our V2 speed on the MCP. So 148. All right, 148 is set, and we'll be doing LNAV, VNAV takeoff. Lateral guidance, vertical guidance. All right, breathe some oxygen. Oh, the other thing that I'm a big fan of flight sim is that's going to want standby. I'm a big fan of VATSIM. I'm not flying on VATSIM today just because I can't do two things at once, namely stream and and do this. So here we can do our welcome announcements. But one of the big things about this stream was that why I started doing this is so that I could improve and make the aircraft a little more transparent to myself, so that I could, when I'm flying on VATSIM, it's just everything's just a little smoother, a little easier for me. But I'm a big fan of VATSIM. So, all right, well, cool. We're about ready to rock. Let's get the rest of the fuel on. And let's go ahead and do another checklist before start to the line.
Start checklist to the line. IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Light test.
Really?
I didn't do my favorite thing.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Light test.
Tested 100%.
Yaw damper.
Really?
We're forgetting everything
On.
today.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
Fuel. We have the amount that we want, and we do have center fuel.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
6 pumps on.
Cabin utility.
Six
IFE.
pumps
Galley
on.
power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
Bye, honey.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
Pax auto bleeds on.
Pressurization.
Is set.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
All right,
Cross check.
everything is looking
Auto
good.
brake.
No.
All right, I usually do
RTO.
auto brake after.
Hydraulics.
Normal.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Parking brake.
Set.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Checked.
Radios, radar and transponder.
All good.
Set standby.
Rudder and aileron trims.
3 and 0.
Takeoff briefing.
So let's do a quick little briefing. We are in Dallas Fort Worth. We're going to push back. We'll take Golf 8 to Foxtrot, and Foxtrot cross at Whiskey Golf, and we will take the full length, 18 right. And then for takeoff, we will we will climb nicely and just wait for this big right turn. At Laren, make sure we're only going to doing 240 and above 5,000. The rest is no problemo. So take off
Discussed.
briefing.
PA,
We did a PA. How about that?
Complete.
FMC, CDU.
All right, FMC and CDU is all set up.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
N1 and IAS auto V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Really?
Again, something I usually do afterwards. So the stab trim 5.9er.
Set.
Performance, weight and balance.
All right, performance, weight, and balance is all checked.
Checked.
EFB.
Airplane mode and stowed.
Phones.
Off.
Flight deck window and cockpit door.
Closed.
Doors.
Closed.
Passages.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
All right, here we go. So let's go ahead and ground services. We can go ahead and remove the chocks. Let's get better pushback going, and let's have it just dump us. They probably push you straight back here, don't they? But we'll let them push us back here. Let me see. Yeah, I'm almost positive they push you. Let's do straight back. Although maybe not.
All right, Captain. Got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
All right,
Great
let's
news,
push
Captain. Your
back.
tow's coming.
All right, cool. Recalls checked. I didn't see any real VORs worth anything for us. Okay, start reporting. All right, looking good. Got the beautiful Southwest livery. Let's do our before start. So we did our before start to the line. Do our before start below the line. Go ahead and make sure everything else is looking good up here. Got the lights. All right, let's turn the packs off. We can start this bad boy. All right, let's do.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
All right, before start below the
Before
line.
start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Off.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Out. Off.
Before start checklist completed.
All right, cool. Let us go ahead and there we go. Enjoy the sights and sounds of flight simulation.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the
Oh.
parking brake when you're ready to go.
Where's Nate's wife? There's Rob Lowe. Did this, yeah, first class? My wife? Is that my wife? Ooh. That could be. Oh, you know what? Ah. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead and release the parking brake. Get this started. And we'll mess around.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, so we got our engine page open here. Cool. Packs. All right, let's go ahead and start engine 2. So turbine engine starts spooling up using that pressurized air. And once there's the right mixture, We will add fuel. Fuel, oxygen, spark makes heat, among other things. Thrust. All right. Check engine 2, looking all good. All right, let's do engine 1. Same deal. Spooling up. Here comes the fuel. GT rise.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Alright, let's set our parking brake.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Alright, cool. Get the system page going. Yeah, the joke for us today will be that we gotta land very, very well today because Nate's wife is on this plane, and you know, Ikera, we can pick which maybe we shouldn't, but I guess my wife is like the prettiest one. Here, should this be Miss Nate? Kind of. All right, all good. Okay, so he is disconnecting. Let's go ahead and do our after start flows. Let me come down through here. Let's go ahead and flip over to our engines. Get our probes on. Pax auto. Isolation
And we're
belt
disconnected.
auto.
Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
All right, thank you very much, dude. APU bleed air can come off. We'll turn our logo light on because it'll make it easier to turn our strobes on later. Continuous. Okay, we are on the bus, so APU can come off. Let's get some lights on, and cool. So this is a flaps 5 takeoff. At flaps 5, we set our trim. Let's go ahead and make sure I've got all my controls plugged in. So full back, full down, full left, full right, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. All right, cool. That's all looking good. Go ahead and close the sys page, and I think I feel pretty good about the rest of this. So let's go. It's gonna want, I don't know what it's gonna want, but let's do the TARA. Let's do that now, and we'll go terrain over here. All right, cool. Let's do so we did that guy. Just go home here. Let's do a before taxi
checklist. Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
Pax auto bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 required and selected. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight control.
Checked.
Recall.
Are you sure? Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So for our taxi, like we said, all we got to do is pull out Golf 8, and we'll take Foxtrot the whole way. So we can see over here. Look at some signage. Golf 8, Foxtrot. That's our move today. All right, cool. I'm gonna do a quick config, park and brake off. Do a config test. All good. All right, let's go. Yeah, I should look up the actual pushback. Make sure wheels working, brakes working. All right, great. We'll do the Southwest style. We can go fast. That's it's a, I guess, a meme-ish thing. Speeding Southwest pilots. So here's Golf 8, and then here's Foxtrot. All right. So yeah, this is almost the first edition of Nate After Dark, because usually, you know, I'm a family man and I got stuff to do in the evenings, but no wife means I'm just totally winging it. I'm on my own, like an animal, like a single man. And I'm gonna eat a bunch of junk food, so that's what we're gonna figure out what Nate should do this weekend. We got baseball coming on. I can watch baseball for 6 hours or more tonight while I'm flight simming. It's a good day, folks. And that's kind of one of the things about this stream, is I do this because this is a lot of fun for me. I really love flight sim. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it. And I like to combine all my hobbies at once. So if I can, it's like I can flight sim, I can watch baseball, we can listen to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, who, holler, King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard put on a spectacular concert this weekend. The Field Division Festival was absolutely fantastic. They did some incredible things. It is great. I'll post the link down below, but you can go watch. You can go watch it. Okay, so we were doing some other stuff. TARA is on. I got that. Let's go ahead and do the before takeoff.
Before
to
takeoff
line.
checklist to the line. Config.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set, green light.
Yep.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
All right, I think we know what we're doing.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
All right, great. So here we are coming up on the various. Oh yeah, you know, they must be able to line up a bunch of aircraft. So we'll do a whiskey golf. We got plenty of runway. And yeah, XP12. Texas is a little lackluster. I'm using Google Maps today though, because we're flying into Tucson, and hold on, I'm gonna, so I don't totally blow your eardrums out when we go exterior. Yeah, let's just go all the way. I tend to actually like the Bing imagery on map enhancement more than this, but it is in Tucson, the scenery is a little jacked up actually, because the tiles split right through the middle of Tucson.
1-8 left.
Ooh, Ras Lady. So Ras Lady, as you know, if you watch the stream, which you don't, but if you watch the stream, Ras Lady is our girlfriend, and Miss Nate is in the back of this plane right now. So we gotta focus. Actually, I'm doing too much jibber jabbering. I got my wife and mother-in-law back there judging me. So let's do this right. Should we give them the old rolling checklist? It is a rolling checklist. Auto throttle armed. before takeoff below the
Before
line.
takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Set.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
All right, we did it, guys. We're gonna roll. Let's get some speed. Let's go fancy here. All right, approach sector is clear. If it weren't, that would be weird. So we'll have a slightest little wind to our left. But otherwise,
Approaching
we are good to go.
18 right.
All right, thank you, Ras Lady. Don't tell my wife about our Vegas adventures. All right, here we go. You guys ready for takeoff? I'm ready for takeoff. Let's boogie. Thanks for
On runway
joining me.
18 right.
Thank you, Ras Lady. Here we go. Spooling up. Engines looking good and stable. N1 heading select Toga. Oh, quiet. Oh, I have heading select. Okay. ZIBO, yeah, has a co-pilot.
80 knots.
All right, 80 knots is checked. Thrust hold.
V1, rotate.
All right, rotate. Nice, gentle takeoff for my family. Ah, there we go. Nice.
Positive rate.
All right, positive rate. Gear up. LNAV. Yeah, let's trim. Gentle. Gentle.
400.
All right, VNAV speed. All right, Miss Nate, how's it going back there? All right, here comes acceleration in a moment. Yeah, so climb 2 is just very, very relaxed. Takeoff, how nice. And so yeah, map enhancement, sim heaven is what we're rocking today. And you know, Texas looks alright. Alright, I'm getting a little tired. Let's trim down. Alright, let's go autopilot. So we can look around a little. Approaching flaps 1 speed. So yeah, Google Maps always looks a little saturated. Alright, flaps 1. And flaps up. Do some after takeoff stuff. Alright, looking good.
After takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization.
Is set.
Set.
Engine start switches.
Off.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Altimeters.
There you go, Jerry's World. Altimeters will be set soon.
After takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, so it sounded like we were approaching our altitude. Here's the where the cheaters. Yeah, X-Plane looking good these days. The level up came out. That's what on Blackbox's stream I was watching earlier. Yeah, there's Jerry's World. Nicely modeled. So there was some kind of hot fix for map enhancement. or not map enhancement. Sim heaven. Get our heading straight. Looking good. All right, cool. I'm gonna keep climbing. We can go up to cruise, so I'll go up to 360, I think it was. And there are really no restrictions here, so I'm gonna hit Alt Int. All right, N1 VNAV speed, and we will set 360. All right, 360 is set, and off we go. So yeah, I mean, I think the Bing imagery tends to look better pretty much everywhere. It's so oversaturated, isn't it? The Google on map enhancement. I was gonna try. I've got some other mods to try. You know, it's endless the number of plugins that we can have. Oh, Miss Nate. Hey. Who's this guy? Well, you know, you're out of town. That's your call. But yeah, so Miss Nate is going on vacation, leaving me alone for a week to my own devices. So I'll have to figure out what I should do with myself. Lots of flight simming. That's the crucial first part of it. Well, we do have some kind of VOR here. Act. Okay, so top of climb, not for a minute. Oh man, my co-pilot. I don't have a co-pilot today. Otherwise I would have remembered to start the chrono. So we'll start a little late. That's alright. I guess there's other PA settings. Alright, cool. We are flying an aircraft. Everything looking nominal. Yeah. Alright, cool. So yeah, as far as I know, there was like a fix for some of the roads. But again, Texas is not much to look at in the first place. I'm sorry, Texas. Nate messes with Texas, alright? Yeah. We gotta get out of here and fly over to the desert. So, you know, see, we gotta get past the frontier here. But it was nice our last flight, flying up into Lake, or Buena Vista. Not Lake Buena Vista, just Buena Vista. That was pretty up there. But yeah, we're just shooting straight across the southern United States. So I love this part of the country in real life. I'm kind of more northern Arizona, Four Corners region. This is all some of my favorite area in the world. I live in the Midwest. Born and raised on the East Coast. Live in the Midwest. Love traveling out west. And yeah, Tucson's a really great town. And we've got a bunch of family there, so that is I'm staying home for this trip. I'm sitting this one out. I don't think a 1-year-old birthday party is my speed. So you know, happy birthday and such. All right, landing lights can come off once we're above 10,000. Get all these lights off. Oh, logo light can come off as well. And everything else. Let's go ahead, people. Smoke them if you got them. Seatbelts off. Alright, great. And once we hit 18,000, we will set standard, and then we're on we're kind of on cruise control for a minute. But yeah, ooh, that's Nate. So, you know, I will be, yeah, see, again, there's just, Texas, it does look like this. But I feel like Google is not doing it justice. Or I've got some sort of settings totally jacked up. But I don't know, typically when I fly over this part of the country, it does look pretty iffy. I mean, kind of because there is a lot of nothing out here, so I don't know if the satellite imagery is that great in the first place. You know, look, if you live out here, you know who you are. Lubbock, people. I mean, it's Lubbock, Texas, for Christ's sake. Don't they usually consider this like one of the worst places to live in the world? What's the murder rate in Lubbock? Alright, passing 80,000. Set standard. Alright, standard is set. Alright, cool. We're flying. Let's enjoy some sights. But yeah, so I'm excited. I think
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a passenger Escobar. Passenger Escobar. This is in regards to a special meal. Would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
Let's not. Well, you know, this is Nate Flies After Dark, technically, because it's this is almost, you know, this is almost dark after dark time for me. But yeah, if you watch the last stream, Nate has good stories about Pablo Escobar. But yeah, so we are. I can check the. This is actually happening right now. Well, we might by the time we land have photographs of this flight from Miss Nate and my mother-in-law is somewhere back here. Alright, fuel. We're already out of our center fuel. Okay, center pumps off. And X-plane lighting still sort of jumping in and out a little bit here, but everything's looking great. Heading. Alright, cool. So yeah, I think get some flight simulation in. I'll have some work to do. That's the other topic on this stream, is work. Namely, how I don't like to do it. And so I do Flight Simulator instead. But while my wife is gone, I actually have a pretty good chunk of time myself. Work-wise. Don't honor my wife. Let's listen to a little King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. She doesn't like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard either, guys, so don't worry. You can be your silhouette. It's a chill one. But yeah, not much to report over Texas, I think. Doesn't give us much to work with. Now from here, I can deal with this satellite imagery. But we have to wait till we get, you know, at least into the Arizonas. So El Paso, Juarez, that's when we'll maybe get a couple of views. This flight's about 2 hours and change, something like that. check our progress. So we will be getting to Tucson at 22:33. So hour and change. Well, that's what we'll call it. No, so more like 2 hours altogether here. It's big, vast country out here in northern Texas, and I've actually looked. So as I said, since Nate loves the desert so much, I've looked. I'd like to buy a little piece of property somewhere out here, in the Canyonlands, though, not out here. But I did look. You know, some of the cheapest land in the country is out here. You can see why. But, you know, like I said, you can see why. But in the Canyonlands area, so I checked here, but I want a camping spot to retire to. Or a little oxygen. So, in terms of our actual... So like I said, this has to be a very serious stream today. Because... you know, if I land and don't put on a good show for Miss Nate, then I'll be hearing it. And, you know, the whole family over there's pilots. So, what if they're watching the stream tonight when they're all together? I'll tell them I did the flight and they can all watch the stream. My nieces and my whole all the rest of my family. So yeah, Dallas. See ya. But what's going on in Tucson? Tucson's always sort of variable, gusty. It is hot. And we do need to keep our head out of our ass to some extent. Because there is terrain out this way. And the main thing to worry about is, I always find it kind of a little interesting what's funny. So we have to watch out. I think this is Mount Lemmon over here, which is very nice. But yeah, there's this peak here that's about 5,000 feet, and by VATSIM, yeah, you gotta stay a little frosty here. So one thing we could do when we get closer, if we wanted, was in the computer. I don't have it on here because in our flight plan, we just have. If I go to the plan page and we look at this, let's get a little view going here for us. I didn't put in any of these transitions, so let's see what if I step through, the pencil's on it's a little messy, let's zoom in, on a step. So, if you see here, on the actual arrival, the star will be above 9,000 and 7,000 at, what is it? 2K. So if we step one more, so there's a 2K, and then it's just, as you can see, so landing runway 12, expect RNAV, Zulu runway 12, or radar vectors. So we're going to kind of just give ourselves radar vectors, essentially. And we can even fly the VOR. We really want it from this direction. Maybe we'll use that to help us out a little bit, but otherwise, just the ILS is fine. The RNAV is I guess a touch safer or something, but we'll just do the ILS. That's fine. But we'll be coming kind of up through here, and so I could, if I wanted, the next, if we step one more, you see we're on vectors here after autokey, but then calls is here, and this is the thing you got to watch out for. So calls is about 5200, but you do got to watch out. I mean, 4600, 4700 is the peak of this mountain here. So if you kind of go too far past, that's why we could, if we wanted, maybe put the Lipty on the transition, and then that'll at least give us a couple more altitudes. But what we'll essentially do is just kind of dive. Once we get past the 7,000, we will descend down to the 5,200, and as long as we don't, pass, we'll turn on that short final with calls. This call is only 10 miles away. But so that's our plan coming in, and then we'll take the ILS the rest of the way down. One thing I will do, since it'll take forever. All right, we're finally approaching top of climb. So it's a little early to be reviewing charts, but so be it. And our decision is going to be 2,800. Like I said, a little premature for all this, but it's a lot of clicking to get out of the way. All right, barrel for when the time comes. But okay, cool. We are cruising, and it is a beautiful day out here for us. But yeah, I mean, you can see there's some of this. This part of the world does look kind of weird whenever you fly over it. Whereas if you fly over kind of parts of Europe that I think or the US that are a little more, not popular, but the US is so big, the satellite imagery can be really hit or miss. We got a ding. Here's some King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard, Magenta Mountain, back from Bonnaroo. What was that? 2022. I am all alone, and that means flight simulation. I got beers. I've got all kinds of things to keep myself occupied. We can play some very loud music. This is Aveline. Texas, man. we got a long way to go. Texas is its own whole thing. But I would like to visit Austin at some point. The rest, I feel like I could take it or leave it. Yeah, this strip here, guys. Not too much. People say you can have fun in Kansas City. That's, that's borderline Midwest. I don't know what Kansas City people, they probably don't consider themselves that anymore. They're central. Central America. The central U.S. St. Louis is at least properly Midwest, I think. But yeah, the American Southwest is some of my favorite places in the world. I really love the West Coast of the United States in general, but love the American Southwest. Great, just camping. I love everything about the desert out there. So on this stream, we tend to fly over the desert a lot. So unfortunately, to get to the desert, sometimes you got to fly over, Big Spring and Hobbs. Carlsbad, Texas, man. Lubbock. Let's look at some statistics on Lubbock, Texas. How about that? I have a bad feeling about this. Lubbock, Texas. Oh, Buddy Holly, huh? That's what we got. I guess they got it is the the Permian Basin is here. 10th most populous city in Texas, 84th most populous city in the United States. So it's the Great Plains, southern end of the High Plains, economic center of the Lubbock metropolitan area. San Antone. So yeah, we're up here. I mean, this is the scenery that we've got. What do you think? Would that check out? We can go to 350 Cafe convenience store. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you'd expect from Texas. Yes, this is this is exactly what I would expect from the 350 Cafe and convenience store outside of where the hell are we? What's the biggest city here? Big Spring, Sweetwater. But yeah, so that's why land is cheap out here. What's going on here? Yeah, guys. Look at this. It's like a goddamn wasteland out here. Pecan acres. Vast nothingness. Look at this. Is this all supposed to be new construction? Oh, it's all the oil fields. Okay. Duh. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. So this is where we get all our dinosaur juice from. Yeah. Very cool. I guess listening to some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is fitting now. Yeah, okay, so this is our vast oil fields. Yeah. But I think I've been looking a little, let's see if we fly over. Now, because we're a bit more to the north, I think, for this. I've been looking kind of, let's see, Big Spring. Yeah, I guess we will be flying over. Yeah, we're gonna fly over a big thing of oil fields here. Midland, Westbrook, Colorado City. Here's Big Spring. Here's Abilene. Here's Sweetwater. So we're about here. So we should start seeing. Let's see if we see these oil fields. So this would be Comanche territory. Yeah. All right. Here come the oil fields, guys. I should maybe play some heavy metal. Here we go. Alright guys, if you want to know, why we're in all this mess, here you go. We got the beautiful oil fields of Texas. I have very little else to report on this part of the country. Oh, this is kind of interesting, I will say. But I can see now though that, like, here's this, you can see where our, so we're flying over this area right now in the sim, and you can see it is the Google images. God, can you imagine being out here? Do they even have street view out here? It's the goddamn outback. Yep. We are in Texas, folks. Oil fields. What kind of quarrying do we do out here? There's got to be some of that. Oh, hey, Santa. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, does this look like Texas to you? Is this your house? I don't mean to dox you. So, dude, I didn't realize. Is this just oil fields out here? Yeah, all this is just like straight up oil fields. Anything else? I was trying to do a little research, but I was like, wait, is this all some new construction going on here? It's like, oh no, we're sucking up fossil fuels. Yeah. Yeah. But do they do? Is this just all like totally like I'm not a I'm not an oil speculator, but you're my Texas source. So, is this just like desolate land out here and oil pumps? Broken dreams and hopes. Yeah. Yeah, geez. Yeah, here we go. SM Energy Rockridge Field Office. Just desert without the oil. Man, this must be brutal country out here. Like, do people have to come to work here? Is this like a big leach field? Can I get a street view here? Come on, give me street view. Aw. Oh no, shit, don't go into the leach. Don't go into the leach field. Exit ground view. Oh wait, can I? Too bad. I'd like to see street view around here. It probably doesn't let you. No kidding. Yeah, I don't know why. And I guess, well, you know why. Why would anyone come out here? Oh, hold on. We got street view. Where's that leach field? Okay. I can get as close to here. Man, it's like the outback. Fairview Roads. Landman show. No, I haven't. Ah. I'll tell you what. I would four-wheel the hell out of this area. No, I'd want something faster. Because this is so big. I mean, the scale of this area is ridiculous. Oh. Well, that's a weird view, huh? Santa, did I just blown your mind? What if this was the world? No, man. This is how it is. You're just... You don't expand your mind enough, man. Alright, oh, okay, that's better. It's coherent again. But yeah. Yeah, so I haven't flown in the sim over this part of the country. I must have in real life. 10 hours. So I come visit you in Austin. Well, yeah, I mean, I was going to say, that's a hell of a drive. But I guess you are out there. Do you know people up in Abilene? I was shitting on Lubbock earlier, because I know Lubbock sucks. But is Lubbock all just oil? What's Lubbock? I see at least like they're trying to irrigate something outside of Lubbock. I bet they have golf courses though. Favorite place in the world? Really? Abilene, Texas. I have trouble with that. Although that was Lubbock. What's in Abilene? But I told you I did look for land out this way. Right. Because well, I guess, so what do we got? The Mescalero Reservation. Eula. Yeah, see, Arizona, it starts getting, it gets so much nicer this direction. But this is tough land out here. I'm going to Tucson, so I got about an hour to go. But I was just trying to, so I'm using Google Maps today. Yeah. Oh man, look at this. Oil fields. But I was like semi-comparing. So here, we're just outside Odessa. So this is like prime, right? Oil. Prime oil country. Wow, look at that. Yeah, crazy. Okay, yeah, because Carlsbad, right, also is a big oil. Like this, just this whole area. Dino DNA. Yeah, the Permian Basin. So it's interesting in that respect. But this must be rough living out here. Oppressive. Although I guess civilians don't like come out here, right? You're my Texas expert. Texas expert. That's the best I can say. Oh, okay. So I can get some underwear in Lubbock. The Permian Basin. Yeah, here we go. The large sedimentary basin in the southwestern part of the United States. The highest producing oil field in the U.S., producing an average of 4.2 million barrels of crude per day. 10-ish years ago. Yeah. Oh, so you're properly Texan then. You're a boot man. You know who's a boot man too? Not me. Dwayne Stats. He's a boot man. He's a Texas guy. Tampa Bay Rays longtime broadcaster. Dwayne Stats. He is a Texas man. Okay. Well, he wears boots every day. Jeans and boots under that and a suit jacket. He's a class act all the way. Even though I have a rough picture of me. Wow, yeah, look at this. This is impressive. I'm impressed. Yeah, you're Rockford, a Midwesterner in the. Okay, so we got. This is what I wanted to know more of what we get out of here. So we get. So oil, clearly. We got potassium salts. Lee and Eddy counties, New Mexico. Room and pillar method. And then the mine material is extracted across a horizontal plane, creating horizontal arrays of rooms and pillars. Oh, so Minecraft. Okay, I got that. Halite, rock salt. Okay. So we're learning. Oh, I'd have to have a cowboy hat out here. I got a shaved head, man. I'd have to. I will say, I am like, it's you know, it's impressive in its own right, this whole area. And so, if you live out here, you you gotta just be an oil person, I guess. Oh, the Sim Expo? I gotta remind myself about it. It's September or something? I remember looking at it at one point. It's like a it's like car, well, not just car, but it's like all kinds of simulation. Oh, really? So, well, we can talk about it in DMs. You're in the software field of some kind, or are you just going to be there for a different kind of work? I'm going to learn about the Permian Basin while we're flying over it. As you know, our motto, Santa, self-improvement through flight simulation. If I fly over places I'm not very familiar with. Carbonite platform is a sedimentary body which possesses topographic relief and is composed of I think my eyes are too bad. Autochthonic calcareous deposits, platform growth mediated by sessile organisms whose skeletons build up in the reef. Yeah. Yeah, because it's all, what do you call them? Plankton. I do know that much. The vast, our vast oil fields, huh? Yeah, the old Permian Basin. And potash mines, salt and potash mines. But so yeah, is it just a good happy coincidence with the sim thing and work? Oh, you must just turn red out there. Like coming back from Arizona. You're just red. Oh, cool. Yeah. You know, I get the gist. Yeah, 500 million years ago. This was it, man. Everything died here. Yeah, carcification. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, you know, I'm a fossil guy. So I like, you know, like I said, man, I'm just a big kid. Boys with toys. I like planes. I like dinosaurs. So you want to know what kind of? I'll give you one guess. What kind of fossil do you think Nate collects? It's a very specific kind of fossil. Close. You are close. I'll give you. So you're warm. You got to move backwards a little bit, and then I'll tell you. Get one more guess. Yeah. Whale is wrong. Well, it could be whale. Let's see. I think I have to think about it. So okay, it's not. It is from an animal, but it's not. It's not the part of an animal. It's something that comes from an animal, and I believe it's usually from giant tortoises or something. So I do have a whale. Yeah, it's well, you do know, it's corporalite is what I collect, which is the fecal matter of fossilized fecal matter. So that's what I collect. My wife got me started on it. She knew I would love it, and I was right. That's my aesthetic. I also have some like trilobites and stuff too, but if I can find some coprolite, then that's what I'm going for. And so a lot of it I think comes from this you can get a bunch of it out here. And I don't think it's not you know, it's, if you can imagine, it's an expensive fossil. That's why I like it. But you can get some that look hilarious. And so I've got a like a curio cabinet, you know, like a glass front cabinet, and yeah, I've got my fossils in there, and I've got some good fossils, and then I got stuff like that, and like some shark teeth and that sort of thing. Yep. But I use it. I like it though. It keeps me centered. Think about it. It's 1,000,000 years old. 500 million years old. And that's lasted a lot longer than me. So it centers me, put it that way. I mean, some will, and I think that's sobering. That's why I, that's why I like fossils. Man, this is. I bet I could find some. Actually, the last time I was in the Netherlands, there was a really cool museum that had lots of awesome fossils. I love that kind of stuff. All right, where are we on our flight? So yeah, that's my legs page. Where are we at here? How far till top of descent? To top of descent. All right, 200 nautical miles. We're getting there. All right, I guess we're leaving the some of the oil fields now. All right, here we go. I like it better out here. Once we start getting a little tectonic activity. We could land emergency landing outside of Carlsbad here. Yeah, but when I was looking at cheap canyon land, like as far away from humans as possible, this was one of the recommendations. Out here. Southern New Mexico, Texas border. Which makes perfect sense. Now that, although, I guess there's no good oil. They've checked. I won't strike it rich. But that's not the point. I'm looking for like a weird place to go camping. That was some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Did you watch any of the King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Festival, Santa, this weekend? You know, I did. I hope you had a good weekend either way. Oh, so I buried the lead here also. You know who this is? I mean, it's close. This is Miss Nate. She doesn't wear big earrings like that. But in real life right now, my poor wife is flying over the Permian Basin herself. With my mother-in-law. And some guy, I guess. Yeah, and I say, this is, Miss Nate is currently... This is what she's seeing. This is Miss Nate. Don't tell her about Ras Lady. But, she is currently on her way to Tucson. And so I told her I'd fly along. So, say hi to my wife. This is like not, my wife's hotter than this, but, she's in this ballpark. You know, she's got a better body, but I'm gonna get in trouble for this, I think. Because she's going to see the whole extended family for a 1-year-old birthday party. I decided to sit this one out. I already did another 1-year-old birthday wire. No. Oh, yeah. But I was saying this is going to be the reason I'm doing some research is so when she calls me later, when she gets to Tucson, I can say, "So, how was the Permian Basin? Was it Permian?" But yeah, so this is like actually, like this is what my wife is seeing in real life right now. Possibly exactly. I don't know. I forgot where her seat is. All right, so there's Miss Nate. I'll holler at her. There's Rob Lowe. Ooh, uh-oh. If Miss Nate sees Rob Lowe, what would she do? I don't know. She's not a Rob Lowe guy. So I will say, for privacy reasons, it's not a Southwest flight, and it may not be right now, but it's you know, one of the many flights going to Arizona has Miss Nate on it, so that's more like Miss Nate, I guess. There's no one really like Nate on this. Ooh, this broad. That's a fancy dress. So that's Ras Lady, maybe. Another Miss Nate. I look most like, well, here's Rob Lowe again. I mean, I look most like this guy with a beard, just I'm not black. But so far, I feel like that's who I look closest to. Is that Obama? Holy crap, I didn't realize Obama was on the plane too. Yeah, Miss Nate is in like that ballpark. She's pretty hot. Ooh, actually. Nah, I mean, what's with all these, look at these gowns and stuff. This South is a weird Southwest flight, man. Anyway, none of these guys. Oh, Rob Lowe again with his neck. Oh. Yeah, I think that's the closest one. Obama? I mean, imagine this guy just like white with a huge beard. And I could pull off this look. I got a tux. Anyway, just he's the only bald guy. I identify most with him. Well, I'll tell you what though. I do dress like a real human being when I fly on a plane. Not like a homeless person. You know, I'll class it up. You know, I'm not wearing a tie. That's just not in this day and age. But like me and Rob Lowe, we would talk. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm a respectable businessman." But yeah. So we got there's yeah. This is This is me. This is the closest I can get to me. But this is definitely Obama. Well. Okay, Ravlo Obama on here. Yeah. Did you just put the King Gizzard Night 3 concert on? Because if you did, you're seeing one of my favorite rock musicians dressed like a lady. Like a lady. Well, I mean, he's really just dressed like a fancy boy. The other ones are dressed like ladies. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. We're flying 3600, 360. Everything's looking good. We're getting close. Top of descent is coming finally. And getting some better desert vibes out here. So now we're starting to merge Nate hobbies. Flight sim desert. Miss Nate. Those are 3 of my hobbies. Now Albuquerque, that's a cool town. I do love Denver area. I had one of the best trips of my life to Boulder. I had such an awesome time in Boulder. Oh my God. Well, you know, who knows? I could, you know, I have, this is the other thing. So Nate has, I have a week to myself. I mean, just think what I could do. You know, the trouble that I could get in. I could drink like a third beer. Instead of just drinking 2 beers, I could drink 3 beers tonight. I don't have to turn off my my lamp until like midnight or at all. I don't have to go to the den because I'm being too loud while my wife is going to sleep because she has to go to work. You know about this. You know about this life. And I don't even have the dog for the next couple of days because I'm my folks got the dog. They needed some enrichment in their lives. But yeah, I'm working out in my head like the most debauched I can be for about a week. And I mean, you know, within my limits. Within my current limits. If I was a younger man, you know. If I was a younger man, I might have like 4 beers. And then that would be real crazy. Alright. What we're going to really be doing, though, is like focusing on flight sim procedures and DCS setup. Yeah. Well, after the stream, the Rays play. So, like, night 1 is easy. Rays game, West Coast baseball, beer, you know, something else to go with the beer. And then, oh, I should eat something first, too. That's really, you know, when you're by yourself, after, you know, being a family man for most of your life at this point. Man, have I been a family man more than I've been a non-family man? No, I still got... No, I got like maybe... When did I settle down? No, yeah, I only got like a couple more years, and then I'll be family man more than I've been non-family man. But being family man for so long, you know, house to yourself, and you have kids. Well, you might. I'll speculate. Sorry, I shouldn't be giving out personal details. Of others. Not that it matters. The internet's too saturated. Everybody knows everything about everybody, and therefore no one knows anything about anybody. That's how it goes. But I will say one thing: the scenery out here is hard to get good. But the food is my main thing I'm thinking about, because I can be bad. No salad is going to be on the menu unless it's like potato salad or macaroni salad or mayonnaise based egg salads. Even that's like I mean that would be good actually. Maybe I should make a bunch of egg salad. My wife hates egg salad. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy, Santa. I'm gonna drink 3 beers instead of 2. I'm gonna stay up till midnight with my light on, and I'm gonna make egg salad and eat egg salad. I'll cook like fish. That's you just have to, all the things my wife doesn't like, I'll do. So I'll listen to King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard real loud. I'll flight sim. Although she's come around to flight sim. Not to King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard though. So you're in like company there. They're too aggressive. Alright, what's going on here? Our aircraft's still looking good. Not much to report. Papa descent is really happening, so we can actually start thinking about things. Oops. Wish I could customize the AviTab icons. Just have the ones I only want. Need like never use this. So here's what we're up to today. We're flying to Tucson. Let's get some VORs going, huh? Did I already pass? Let's see. Where's El Paso? Oh no, we're way past that. So we got. Let's grab San Simon 115.4. Alright, there we go. Here's a VOR. Look at us. Professional. So yeah, I have to land really good today too, because Miss Nate and my mother-in-law are on the plane. Let's get 116.0. Which I might actually just want on my side if we do the VOR. But we're planning to do the ILS into Tucson. 101.7. Oh, that was weird. Alright, there's the ILS, there's the VOR. All right, San Simon. Well, that'll be our that's a fine VOR for us here. And then 1.7. Don't want that. And then we can have the ILS DM me over here. That'll be nice. There we go. So we got our distances. So for our, let's do a little briefing here because descent is coming. Want to be. This is an interesting marking. I wonder what. Oh, I guess if you were on some kind of, you'd want to be under 280 if you're going to Sierra, Sarah, Oscar. But we're going to Pencil. We want to be 210 exact at Zona. 210. Okay, we can do that. And then we do have terrain to care about. Oh, and this one wants to do our, this probably says like maintain Mach number until, I need to remember how to do that. From Zona on track 0 to sand at 14,000 and at 280 knots. Then on track 265, cross Vado at or above 10,000, 265 at or above 9,000. Yeah, you got to watch out on this approach because once you get into Tucson, this is the sketchy part right here. One time, man, when I was just messing around, you know, I was thinking like, oh, my final approach fix, 4,600, you know, that should be all good. Now, granted, it ends up being all good because these have like buffer built in, I'm pretty sure, but you know, I was just like looping around and not paying attention, and I almost crashed. That's on an old stream somewhere, I think. But I do have to watch out here. Okay, so the approach seems all good. It is restrictive, and we've got lots of restrictions in here. 10,000 above, 9,000 above, 7,000. Yep, 210. Alright, this is all looking good. Vectors. So, 5,200. That's what we'll care about. 5,200. I think I need to stop saying that kind of thing. Hey man, what can you not do with a deck screw? Nice. So you have like the pictures you were showing me, that's your desk setup, and then do you have a like more of a VR proper setup somewhere? Or do you just kind of mix stuff in and out there? What's the weather in Tucson while we're at it here? Still variable at 5. Hot. It must be hot as hell where you are, man. Yeah, oh yeah, you're right, actually. Drywall screws are better than deck screws. Except I like the little square nut. Yeah, let me check that out. So I'm gonna get I think tomorrow I'm not gonna like stream the setup because I don't know, you know, but I'm gonna get the headset out and see how I can get DCS going. I'm excited about that. And I'm gonna install the so what do I have a map installed? No, I have to install a map. Is there a default one? I want to install a map, one plane, and one helicopter. So if you're still listening, that's my if you know what 3 things I should think about installing to satisfy those criteria, All right, 126. Oh, so for DCS, what I would like to try out is so I need to install a map, right? Or is there like a map default or something? Oops. 126. All right, top of descent is coming up. Let's do that first. Since we have to be at, let's go 2100. Flight level 210. All right, belts on, cigarettes out.
First, please make sure you're in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened until he does turn that fasten seatbelt sign off when we get to the response station.
All right, Miss Nate, prepare for descent. Belt, buckle up your skinny ass legs. We're gonna want auto brake 1. I mean, we can do our descent. So KTUS 12, it's dry. The wind is variable, but let's do. What's the reciprocal of what are we landing? Runway 12. So I'm so bad at this stuff. Math. What is it? 126, so it's going to be 306. So we'll assume worst case tailwind. It's like 29 degrees out. Or is it 29? Or? No, 39. Yeah, what am I thinking? I wish it was 29. All right, it's 39 European units of heat. Oh yeah, no problem, man. QNH 2999 29.9er. Our landing weight is going to be, so we're 141. We're going to be losing, we're 11. Going to be 9, so not much. Let's figure ourselves fat. So let's just say 140 even. Yeah, no worries. Do flaps 30, air conditioner on, anti-ice, brakes. Let's see what all of them are. No credit. Good. Alright, this looks good to me. Fast landing. 151. I mean, I think this is for what I have here, so. Alright, top of descent. And we did all our stuff. Recall.
Descent checklist. Pressurization,
Alright, landing altitude is set.
Set.
anti-ice,
Not required.
approach briefing on fuel,
We know what we're doing.
Discussed.
IAS and altitude bugs,
Are set.
Checked and set.
descent checklist completed.
Alright. Alright, now this is looking more like, this is, alright, now this is Nate country. So, runway 12. You know what I do want to do? so let me put, I want Lipty. Lipty, 7,000. Fix. So first I want Lipty. I don't need anything for it. And I want runway 12. Want my usual rings. Okay. Alright, we are descending. Alright, looking good. Got a sip of caffeine. Close some apps. Okay. Alright, Miss Nate. I'm gonna try and grease this one for you. That's what he said. That is exactly what I said. And we can take whole runway here because the terminal is way at the end. So really, if I want to be real classy, I get off A7, Alpha 7, and park right at the terminal. Or, you know, if I want to, if it was Nate flying, he'd hope we go full runway. So that we make this turn here so that we can drive by the FBO and see all those F-15s and stuff parked here. Yeah. There was I think I mentioned, there was like Osprey here. It was sweet. Alright, FMC speed. We did end up getting real slow. Oh, no. I know why. So, yeah, shit. This is this thing. I need to figure out how to do this better. Because really, we need to be 280. And I think the way you do that, I need to ask a smart person. I forgot our cost index was so damn low. But it says we can go fast now. It says, look, required 280. Yep. Yep. Alright, all my family is alive. Can confirm. You send a text message. Alright. Now I can truly start my debauched week. There's Tucson. Or is it one more over the hill? Okay, I'll take the ILS now on this side. So how far is it to Zona? So yeah, I was saying, Santa, my debauched weekend can start officially because everyone landed safe. Now we'll just do it virtually. I am jealous. I do love being out in the desert. Thank you. The man upstairs looking out for us. Now the baseball gods, on the other hand, they've been running me through the ringer. Sheesh. I need to make some sort of sacrifice tonight to them. I'll sacrifice, or what do you think, ribeye? You know, there's some dinner options I can start considering. Nate's getting hungry now. You haven't, this is almost, this is getting borderline Nate after dark here. I'm getting hangry. I'm flying and I'm hangry. No. That's almost, I should almost like smack you for saying that, because I can't get any brisket in Indiana that's worth a shit. That's like a tease. You just teased me. I'm gonna tell on you. Miss Nate, Santa is teasing me. Yeah, but it's hard to get the proper, I'd have to go to like Costco and get I need the whole brisket. In the store they only sell the, the point, whatever, the lean part. I want the cap or whatever. That would be good though. Knock off a whole flat. So, although I will say, I can get, actually, I'd have to go to Louisville. I can get some good brisket there. The barbecue place I like in Louisville does have good brisket. Now, granted, it's not the greatest ever, because I've had great brisket before too. But like, I know you've probably had good brisket yourself, being a Texas man, among other men that you are. You've been all over. All right, we're making it.
1,000 to go.
All right, cool. We're making Zona. Let's keep descending. We can go all the way. Let's go 7,000. Well, it's funny you say that. I am that too, actually, in real life. So you might be joking, but all right. Thank you, King Gizzard. I need to start, concentrating here. No, these days, man, I'm a lean, mean. Soybean machine. No, I know you're not a vegetarian. I'm not either. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes I eat vegan by accident. Turns out, I don't think that's how that works, pal. But yeah, it turns out things I eat are sometimes vegan. But no, I'm I like beans. The main issue is I love bacon. Bacon is what makes vegetarianism impossible. And worse is like Pig, of all the animal, Pig is the one that's kind of, you know, they got a little something going on upstairs. You know, when chickens rise up and take over, I'm in big trouble. Really, most of humanity is. Oh, I hear you, Nate. Nate's looking forward to taking his medicine once I put all my wheels on the ground here. All right, cabin ready. All right, local QNH was like $2.99. God, that's so small. All right, good enough for me. Set. Yeah, that's the other thing Nate can do with no Miss Nate around. I don't have to go to the back porch to do my dirty deeds. She knows about the dirty deeds. Just you know, I gotta keep it outside. Take it outside, fella. None of that in here. We're proper inside. As you can tell, Santa, Nate's a cool guy. Nate knows how to party. My wife is the biggest, she knows this. She's a square. She is the most. She's a cop. I'm the criminal. That's how our relationship goes. But you know, Nate knows how to have a good time. Put it that way. All right, 280. We need to cut back to 210 here at some point. We'll keep 280 till 10,000. Then we'll abide by the speed limit and go 250 under 10. But I feel good about this landing. I have to grease it for Miss Nate. But you know, Ras Lady's gonna be talking to me too. I'm gonna have both my girls. Pressure. Maybe I should use the HUD. What do you think of this, buddy? I've never even pulled this down. This is cheat mode right here. This is DCS action. All I gotta do is chase the circle. Chase the circle. Chase the circle. And we'll land. It's not fair. I keep it here because I think it's cool, but until we can land better, we're not by ourselves. We're not using the cheat code. HUD is for closers only. The HUD is for closers only. Or actually, now that we're here, so it's leveling me off. Let's start slowing down. And actually, I'm gonna go 10,000. I'm just going level change at this point. I don't feel like flying VNAV. I'll respect these. All right, let's go level change 250. All right, LNAV, MCP speed, level change, LNAV. Okay, cool. Okay, let's do an approach checklist.
Altimeters and instruments.
All right, all our altimeters and instruments look good. We've got ILS plugged in here. I will get the VOR just in case we decide to like do an emergency VOR visual landing or something. I'll put it in over here. I'll keep it up over here, but everything looks good. Set and check.
Approach aids.
We got our rings, we got our lines, we're good.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist completed.
Oh. I wonder if I dropped frames. No. Yeah, it's you, not me. Yeah, I was just talking about being that Nate's gonna be taking his medicine too soon, once we land. Oh man, here's my white whale. I need to find like a scenery so that I can get spawns for all the boneyard. Do they make is there a Tucson X-plane scenery? This is from like, although I should concentrate. This is like heavy duty stuff happening here. All right, let's slow down. All right, we're above 9. We got to get down to 7. Let's go 7,000. Let's go vertical speed. Eject is 8 miles. We need to watch out actually. I don't want to go past 9. I gotta stay above 9,000. And we're on the bleeding edge there. Alright, 210 at Atuke. We can start slowing down a little. Go 220. And the altitude we're gonna want, again, I have a thing in here so that we don't crash. I have Lipty in here, and we don't want to be anywhere near Lipty if we're like below 5,000. But we're gonna want to get down to 4,600. Or really we're going for calls, so 5,200. Alright, everything looking good here now. We're going to start descending a little more. I'm going to drop to our up speed. Alright, cool. We're doing it. Alright, there's Atuke, there's Lipty. That's what we want to watch out for. So we'll do Lipty 7. We'll do 7,000 and come down to 5.2 and just come to calls. We'll turn right here. I mean, really, we could get down. I mean, this is fine. I'm happy with this. Oh, Tucson, I am jealous that I'm not here. I could be here right now. I do really like it here. But yeah, this is the sketch. This hump. All right. Looking good. Did I turn lights on yet? No. Start switches continuous. Alright. ILS. I kind of would rather just have that DME distance, to tell you the truth.
1,000 to go.
Alright, 1,000 to go. We are looking great. Alright, let's go heading select. Alright, MCP speed, vertical speed. That looks good. Let's go calls. Intercept course 126er. And execute. Alright. Alright. So there's calls. Let's say we got clearance. 5200. Let's keep going. I'm gonna get some drag out. Flaps 1. Alright, I don't want to go farther than Lipty. So let me start this base turn here. And, you know, not crash into mountains. That's the crucial thing here. Yeah, you gotta watch out.
1,000 to go.
You gotta watch out right there. Alright, arm the speed brake. Let's keep slowing down. Go flaps 5. Alright, let's turn toward calls and we will intercept the ILS. Alright, alt acquired. Buzzing. So I stayed like right here somewhere. Let's arm the localizer. So we've got some like tailish crosswind happening. I hate tailish crosswind. Alright. We gotta focus. This is, again, my precious wife is on this flight. Once I get established, I'll go gear down. Flaps 15. Alright, I see runway. Why is my plane being weird? That wind isn't that bad, is it? Would that kind of crosswind actually push you that like that? That off course? I'm gonna arm approach. Oh, did I lock already? Shit, I wasn't paying attention. I guess I did. No, I didn't. I must not have. What the fuck is going on? Gear down, flaps 15. So I'm actually surprised that just like that tailwind's got us all whacked out. All right, coming up to 5 miles. Let's just get it full. All right, flaps 30. Yeah, weird. We really didn't like capture the localizer properly. That was strange. I have to look that. I don't know if it was something I did. Very possible.
Landing checklist. Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Check.
Speed brake.
Armed. Green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 1 set.
Flaps.
Flap 30 set green
All
light.
right,
Landing lights.
manual thrust.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
All right, we did it. All right, this one's for Miss Nate. Oh god, and we got tailwind. Shit. I'm no good at these landings. All right, here we go. Gentle, gentle. Let's nose up a little, bleed off some speed. Alright. Don't get high.
Approaching 1, 2.
Okay. Looking all good. Got kind of annoying tailwind, but I feel like we're good. Going visual here. We're a little high, but that's okay. That tailwind is annoying.
Approaching decision height.
Alright, I've made my decision. We're continuing.
Minimums.
Alright, greaser. Here we go.
$100. 50. 30. 10.
Deep landing, 8,000 feet
Well,
remaining.
she's my wife. Grass lady. What the hell? What the?
$80
Alright, 80 knots, reversers come in, manual brakes. Oh wait, I was thinking we were coming the other way too. Alright, let's slow down. We can get off right here. Nice. These brakes. These damn brakes. Let's go. Off. Alright, there was a javelina on the taxiway. A coyote got it. So we had a bad briefing. I said wrong things. Put a logo light on. Alright. Miss Nate, not bad. For an amateur, right? Alright, flight director's off. Not bad for an amateur. Oops, sorry for coughing directly into the microphone. Okay, terrain can come off. Oh, yeah. PARA. Let's go. Stand by. Sure. Yeah, I just realized on our briefing, I briefed landing 3-0. Eesh. Good thing that was a long time ago. Alright, we're in Tucson. Alright. We will take the most convenient parking spot, which is, I mean, gas truck, don't try and kill me. You know, I got family here. Alright, throttle's idle. Let's turn that taxi light off. Parking brake. Oh, I forgot to start the APU. Oops. Alright. Let everything cool down a little. They give us some time to get ground services ready. Sorry people, I gotta keep you buckled up. Alright, logo light can come off at least. Alright, APU. Engine shutdown. Engine 1. Engine 2. Shutting down. Nice. Okay, now everyone can get up, smoke them if you got them. Yada yada yada. Probes can come off. Heats come off. Hydraulics. I think that looks good up there. Doors. Forward entry. Cargo. Aft cargo. Why don't we go to aft? Get a aft service vehicle. And let's get an air conditioner attached and a GPU. Alright. Hey guys, didn't you see that hot chick? Come on, let's see. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Miss Nate. Did you like that landing? Yeah. Alright, ground power on. Get the APU off. 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 Alright, still got, so I guess you keep the isolation valve open. Off. Off. Alright, cool. Shutdown
Shutdown checklist.
transit checklist.
Electrical.
GPU on the bus.
Fasten belts.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Voice recorder.
On.
Air conditioning packs.
Really?
What?
Auto.
Engine bleeds.
Oh, I'm in.
On.
I did the turnaround.
APU bleed.
Or whatever.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Start switches.
Off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Parking brake.
Set.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Transponder.
Standby.
CVR circuit breaker.
In.
Cockpit door.
Unlocked.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Santa, I forgot the chrono, by the way, so that's like 20 minutes off. Alright, boom. Shut down. Hello, Tucson. You treat Miss Nate right, Tucson. I know you will. We always have a good time here. I want to go to, I'd go to the Pima Air and Space Museum again. I'd get a Sonora dog. I'd get 2 Sonora dogs, in fact. I'd get some recreational things. It would be a good time. I'd go hiking out there somewhere. Maybe we'd go up to Mount Lemon again. That was kind of cool. Anyway. Oh, let's look at a replay. Yeah, so what happened? Oh, we're not gonna see it. Like I said, I don't know if it was a me, if I screwed something up, but it was almost like we didn't hit the localizer. Like, I might have missed the call out because I was kind of messing around. But yeah, tailwind is no joke in X-Plane. Yeah, so now, although I guess it probably, I mean, we would have landed the other way, I think. Yeah, there it is, getting back on the localizer. This is interesting. Look at 2 Pizza Huts right next to each other. They got to do something in this auto gen. Sim heaven. people, if you're listening, there's not that many Pizza Huts. Like, it's not even that big of a chain anymore here. But I don't know. My scenery went from looking good to being dubious. I don't think I messed with anything. I mean, it looks good in the zoomed out, but like, I'm getting, like, where's my gen? Where's my auto gen? So I was a little high, but you know, that tends to be the case for me. Well, actually, we're backlit. We should. There we go. Alright, so it was a deep landing. Oh, I flared the hell out of that. Alright, yeah. Not our worst, not our best. So it wasn't perfect for my, my mother-in-law is gonna be like, "Hey, you married that boy, that city slicker." And look what he did. Almost a 3-point touchdown. All right, I'm gonna have to redeem myself on the return flight. But nevertheless, as usual, I had a good time. What am I going to do this week? Well, I'm going to be flying a bunch in the next week. So maybe tomorrow we'll see how I do with my DCS setup, and I'll report back and see how much of this current setup I have to deal with. But as usual, in the meantime, enjoy some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I had a great time today, and I'm going to start my debauched bachelor week, and that will involve some more streaming. Yeah, I am going to be a scumbag to everyone. And I'm going to be doing my own thing. And I'm going to listen to more of the King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard concert from this weekend, which was fantastic. There's some songs I want to listen to again. Maybe our next flight will be some sort of retrospective on King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard Field Division 2, which was fantastic. Well done, fellas. All right. Thank you, anyone, for watching. Santa, always good chatting with you. I'll see you around the bend. Bye, everybody.
Bread crusts are my banquet, puddles of my wine. A revel in the present, each moment a lifetime.